So here we go, tail of the tape between these two. This matchup is at 125 pounds. Petch. Okay, here we go, round one. I mean, we could say I expect it to be for these two to take it easy in the first 2 rounds. At least you'd assume they would. Well, at least Omnoi and Ole did at least. And then Omnoi just decided to rip up the script and go for it in round 2. And where he got his highlight reel knockout. It must be one of the best knockouts he's ever had in his career so far to date. That kid's definitely got a good future ahead of him. But here we go, we've got a second fight on the card today at 125 pounds. Rattana in the red corner taking on Kwan. Now what's interesting about this bout is Rattana is a southpaw and Kwan is an orthodox fighter. So it's normally the fighter with the better footwork that wins in these matchups.
Yeah, the southpaw fighters as well usually have the advantage in this kind of fight when it's southpaw versus orthodox, because they're so used to fighting orthodox fighters. Whereas for the right-handed fighter, they're not going to come across many southpaws, whether at the gym or during their careers.
Like I mentioned previously, it's all about the footwork here. You want to make sure that your front foot is on the outside of your opponent's front foot as much as possible. So for Rattana, he needs to step a little bit laterally to his right, like he just did there, so he can create an angle for that left body kick, and it's a lot harder for Kwan to block the kick. And same thing for Kwan. He wants to step laterally to his left, so he can find an angle for his right punch and his right body kick that's going to unlock that southpaw stance. And also it will be harder for Rattana to block the body kick. Both fighters exchanging body kicks there. We're coming up to the final minute of the first round. Quite a tame round so far between these two.
Yeah, definitely not the slow start that we expected. So I'm sure they watched that first fight on the way out. That one setting the bar very high. And with the entertainment factor nowadays in the sport, a lot of the strategies are starting to change with the fighters. They want to be a little bit more of an entertainer in the ring. It's not just so much fighting for the fans at the stadium, but trying to build up themselves as a fighter, as a star here in Thailand, and then eventually hopefully becoming a global superstar. There's just a lot more opportunities for the Thai fighters nowadays. So it's good that they're showing a little bit of personality, a little bit of flash.
I think they need to. The sport just needs to evolve like this. So we're going into the final 30 seconds of round 1.
So just about even for both fighters in the opening frame here. Good solid left hook though there from the blue corner, Rattana.
Yeah, fairly even, I think, on the judges' scorecards, but good last-minute flurry there from Rattana, and a bit of a back at 50-50 on the clinch exchange there. That's the end of round 1. We'll see you in round 2. Body kick from Rattana. See if he can land that a lot more. Definitely think he's edging it a little bit on the scorecards just from that first round. Here we go, round 2. So Rattana in the red corner, Kwan in the blue.
A lot on the line for both fighters as well. Both coming off losses. Rattana recently competing at Channel 7 Stadium, another smaller yet prestigious stadium/studio in Bangkok. So he's definitely looking for the big win here. And Kwan as well. Recently had a loss at Rangsit Stadium. So looking to get themselves back in the win column.
It's very rare that you get draws in Muay Thai. It does happen, but normally, because of the way the scoring system works, the judges at ringside have a good idea of who's won a fight. Just on with the scoring itself, it's a strongman sport. It's all about effect as well, and quality over quantity. So you want to make sure that you off-balance your opponent. You land solid shots with balance. You're not tired. You're always showing a bit of dominance the whole time. That's our bout 3 coming up right after this one. Kiatpetch in the red corner and Kiatpetch in the blue corner at 128 pounds. That'll be fight 3, ladies and gentlemen. Right hand lands there for our fighter in the blue corner, Kwan.
Yeah, starting to pick up the action now, both fighters. Gotta love the knee attacks, especially the long knee attack from Kwan. There you see him using that rear leg, driving that knee into the midsection of Rattana.
He's now starting to feint as well, Kwan. Feighting is such an advanced move as well in fighting sports. It's a great tactics he uses as well with your opponents, especially early on in the early rounds, just to sort of catch them off guard so you can land a good shot that takes you ahead on the judges' scorecards. Great right body kick lands there for Petch Kwan.
Yeah, going back to those feints, like you said, especially when you're up against an experienced fighter, it's going to be very hard to just throw something and expect to land it. They do have to set it up with the feints. But good right to the body, follows up with a right body kick as well. Petch Kwan starting to come to life here in the second round. Rattana on the attack now. That rear left kick coming in from him, doing a good job of evading that straight punch coming in from Petch Kwan.
Here we see the clinch right now. No surprise that the referee's breaking it up. As soon as they have that low body lock, there's not really too much you can do from there. Both boxers just conserving their energy and holding on. When you can attempt some sweeps, some turns, but it does require a lot of effort and energy. If you make a mistake as well doing that, and it can put you behind in the judges' scorecards, it's something you definitely don't want. And that's the end of round 2. Referee getting in there to break up the action. So we'll see you in round 3.
In Thailand, they really do get involved in the fight. They almost become that third character.
Yeah, I mean, with all the experience they have, I mean, it must be reffing, you know, almost every day, or at least 5 days a week, way more than a lot of Western referees. Definitely see things a lot clearer. It's all about getting the reps in, just the same as fighting. Here we go, round 3, so this is where it heats up a lot in the clinch. The long guard being used by Petch Kwan at the moment, but Rattana doing a good job trying to swim his arms down, but he's got that low body lock though. That's not the best position that you want to be in. He sort of needed to swim his arms through and advance a bit more. Great left body kick there though from Rattana on the outside.
Yeah, you got to wonder if he wants to be in that clinch, because he, like you said, he wasn't doing much. He was just trying to stalemate, and now he's on the outside working those thunderous left kicks. So it seems a lot more comfortable on the outside as compared to Petch Kwan.
Yeah, Rattana definitely the better on the outside with the left body kick, like you said, John. And that was a good inside kick there, almost a sweep, but right hand connects flush for Petch Kwan.
Yeah, that one hinging back his head. Looking very dangerous with those punches, but again, using them well to get inside the clinch. Just a little bit slow to get the knees off. You see him not able to really turn and off balance his opponent. So good balance there from Rattana. That time he finally gets it. So that's going to do him a few favors on the scorecards, just being able to show that domination inside the clinch.
Yeah, but make him miss, make him pay, and Rattana landing that left body kick as soon as Petch Kwan missed with his, and that hit his back clean. Great score for Rattana, and a much better clinch position there. More of a higher clinch lock. It didn't go for the low guard this time. That's a lot better for him, and to show a bit of dominance on the judges' scorecards. But there you go again, Petch Kwan coming back with the sweep. Now this is really starting to heat up between these two. You can see both corners getting behind their fighters too.
Yeah, clubbing overhand right as well from Petch Kwan. Getting himself back inside the clinch. But once inside, this time Rattana busy with the knees. Both fighters looking fairly even right now at this point. I'm not sure if you would consider either one ahead at this point. What would you say, Ali?
I'd say Rattana is slightly ahead just because he's landed the left body kicks at the right moment, the right time. He's caught Petch Kwan in vulnerable positions, like when he missed earlier on and he hit him in the back with that left body kick, and in the clinch as well. The last few exchanges he's done quite well. There you go again. See Rattana landing that left body kick twice in a row to Petch Kwan. Yeah, I'd say Rattana is slightly ahead, but Petch Kwan still has a chance. Good clubbing left hand there from Rattana.
Yeah, that one stunned him, and it looks like blue corner is a little bit tentative now to let his hands go.
Yeah, Petch Kwan really has lost a bit of wind in his sails, and that is the end of round 3. We'll see you in round 4. He has put a lot of these matches together for this show, so we've got to thank him. Kiatpetch has been promoting fights in Thailand for years now. They've definitely done such a good job with the show today. Here we go into fight number 4, and we go straight into the clinch.
Very strong lock there from Rattana. Showing a lot of dominance there inside the clinch. Back on the outside, though, Petch Kwan Chai still looking for that powerful right hand. Connects with a left hook.
Yeah, Petch Kwan Chai has a mountain to climb at the moment, but he can win it back in the clinch. He can get a few sweeps on Sai Rattana, or a few solid knees up the middle. It's the knees that make you bend almost like a shrimp, that go right through the solar plexus, that score you the most points, that a lot of fighters really try to get, just throwing the knees straight up the middle when they get a good lock, when they get good control and great separation. Right now, though, not a lot happening in the clinch. Sai Rattana with the knee lock, sort of allowing the referee to break that one up.
Yeah, even when Petch Kwan Chai tries to defend inside that clinch, Sai Rattana showing a lot of skill there, being able to get that knee up and over the shin guard to still be able to score some points inside the clinch.
But it's no question about it. I feel like Sai Rattana is way ahead at the moment. Everything that Petch Kwan Chai has been able to do, he's just been able to nullify it and just stop him right in his tracks. He's really controlled the fight very well, and we're seeing it now, John.
Yeah, even inside the clinch there, a good sweep. Like you said, all about that timing. And just as Petch Kwan Chai was about to throw that kick, Sai Rattana was able to sweep that leg out, taking those steps off to the side when the punches come in.
But it's not all over for Petch Kwan Chai. Still is this round and then the final round, which will be our 5th round of action. All he needs to really do is land one shot. Now, it's normally where the fans in the stadium will shout to him and say, throw the body shot, throw punches to the body. Because it's, for some reason, it's just that Muay Thai fighters out here, especially Thai nationals, can take body kicks all day. But if you throw one very well timed body shot, body punch, can really knock your opponent out in the dying rounds when they least expect it. I've seen it happen before, John. It's not very likely, but when it does land, I mean, that's a great feeling.
Yeah, it does tend to spoil a lot of people's feelings about the fight inside the stadium when they are assuming that their fighter was up on the cards. And make no mistake about it, just because Sai Rattana is on the back foot does not mean he's losing here. It's not going to typically work like it does in the West, where the more aggressive fighter is going to get the points from the judges. It's just that Petch Kwan Chai is trying to make up for all the points that he did lose. So that's why you see him pushing forward now in the 4th round, whereas Sai Rattana is just trying to kind of protect his points, making sure he does what he has to do to stay ahead on the scorecards. And there's the bell to end round 4.
None of that left body kick, and controlled the clinch in crucial moments of the round, especially near towards the end of the round and midpoint of the round, which racked him up a lot of points, I think, on the judges' scorecards. And now Sai Rattana just needs to go on the back foot and hold on to his lead as much, and stay out of trouble as much as he can. Spoil the fight. Lots of clock management going on here from Sai Rattana, going on the back foot, using lateral movement and tying up Petch Kwan Chai in the clinch.
Yeah, Petch Kwan Chai, on the other hand, he's going to be pushing forward this entire round. He's going to have to try to score that knockdown or knockout. So expect that from him. Expect to see a lot of punches, maybe use those elbows inside the clinch, but just good head movement there from Sai Rattana inside the clinch, keeping himself out of harm's way from those potential elbows. And traditionally here in Thailand with the 5-round fights, you're going to see exactly what's happening right now with it's almost like an unspoken rule between the fighters that if one fighter is ahead, they'll kind of ease off. They're not going to kind of exert themselves too much in the 5th round. And sometimes both fighters are obliged and they'll dance around the ring. They'll try to put on a show for the fans. But other times, one fighter who's losing, they will continue to push forward. So that's what we're seeing here from Petch Kwan Chai. But the fighters do fight often, so they don't want to, after it's been decided that somebody's already won the fight, they don't want to put themselves in harm's way and risk potentially getting hurt. So they'll kind of back off in that 5th round. So a little bit different from how combat sports work back in the States, or actually anywhere outside of Thailand. A little bit biased there because that's my original location in the United States.
No, but it's exactly the same in England as well, where I'm originally from, and pretty much in the 5th round, even if you are ahead, you still go for it. You don't think about the fact that you've won the previous rounds, and you still kind of make the fight. You don't have this kind of tactics where you go on the back foot and try and sort of spoil the fight in the clinch as much as you can. Well, it's not really spoiling it, it's clock management, protecting your lead as much as you possibly can. But like I said early on, if Petch Kwan Chai can land one blow that will knock out or knock down Sai Rattana, that could spin the fight in his favor, or we could get a draw.
Yeah, still got about 45 seconds to go here on the clock in our 5th and final round, and still Petch Kwan Chai pushing forward, looking for that big right hand, but again, getting wrapped up in the clinch. Just trying to bring the fight to a stalemate now, Sai Rattana. And wind down the final seconds here in our fight. But you got to give it to Petch Kwan, even though he's down, he's still trying to make a fight of it. Not really conceding defeat.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't teach in fight sports is heart, and Petch Kwan showing a big one. Great left knee there from Petch Kwan as he entered the clinch. Sai Rattana just tying him up with the top block, almost the vice grip. And there you go, end of round 5. I think I could safely put my hat on the fact that Sai Rattana has won this one on the judges' scorecards.
Good show of respect from the younger Sai Rattana to his older opponent as well. You see him immediately going down on his knees, paying respect to the fighter. So again, never any bad blood between the fighters.
Sai Rattana very confident here that he's won it. And there you go, referee awarding the win to Sai Rattana in the red corner from the Paul Homglin gym.